When I in BTech, I had no experience in any of the coding languages. Good companies don't visit our campus. Most of the aspiring data scientists worry about is DSA round.
This is the crisp roadmap for the data science profile.
ShareChat, Myntra. So these startups can pay you up till 32.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Learning Bridge. I hope you guys are doing good and staying safe. So I am back with another amazing podcast for all the aspiring data scientists because you guys requested for a podcast with a data scientist. So here it is. And in today's podcast, I have invited a really talented data scientist from Microsoft itself, who is actually coming from a tier 3 college, picked this data science domain in a very random way. And with just 2.5 years of total experience, he cracked data scientist 2 role at Microsoft and bagged amazing compensation as well. So watch this podcast till the very end. This will be really motivating and really informative for all the aspiring data scientists because he will also share the complete interview process for data scientists at Microsoft. And you can let me know in the comment section if you are a data scientist and want me to bring some really cool data scientists from different companies. Just put it in the comment section. I will bring them, and you can help me to spread this kind of motivational and informative podcast to all other aspiring data professionals by liking this video in really big numbers. And also, if you're new to my channel and liking this data related content, make sure to hit the subscribe button and press the notification icon. And one really amazing announcement for all the coding enthusiasts out there. So Coding Ninjas is again organizing Codekaze, India's largest coding competition, which is divided in 2 stages. First stage will happen on 6th of March by 7 p.m. IST time. And in this competition, definitely you can get a chance to win prizes worth 30 lakhs. Because there are 100 plus hiring partners, 500 plus job opportunities with minimum 15 lakhs per annum compensation. So the coders who will perform good in the Codekaze competition, you will get a chance to interview by these companies like Tokopedia, Rippling, Verizon, CoinDCX and many other top tech companies. 2 lakh plus badass coders will participate in Codekaze, and there they will get a chance to win the prizes worth 30 lakhs. So here you can see the distribution of prizes. So the time is running. Hurry up, link is in the description. Register yourself as soon as possible and get a chance to win amazing prizes, and along with that get a chance to hired by top tech companies. All right, so thank you so much Prashant for joining me on my podcast. And guys, today we have Prashant with us, the very talented data scientist from the Microsoft. Straightly I'll go to Prashant and would ask you to just introduce yourself to my audience and little bit about your background.
So first of all, thanks Ashank for inviting me over your channel, and I really like your work. So about me, I'm a graduate of 2019 in computer science, completed my BTech from JSS Noida. After that, I have joined Think Future Technologies as ML engineer. So it was a service-based company. So I got a chance to work on like a variety of projects covering various aspects of the industry. So from software industry engineering to working on client sides, ET estimations, like even in data science also, computer vision, NLP, recommendation. So there are a whole lot of things going on. It's just not the product, right? So yeah, that helps. That helped me really to expand my breadth and to understand various scenarios. And fast forward 2 years, I landed at Microsoft with the title of Data Enterprise Scientist 2.
So when and how did you actually start with the data science? Because even in the colleges, the typical software engineering term is very common. Like out of 100 students, 90 people will be there who will be really interested to become a software engineer rather than something else which is trending in the IT industry.
Yeah, I can totally relate with that question, Prashant. And yeah, for that, I need you to like come with me a little back in time. So when I in BTech, I had no experience in any of the coding languages. Like I have not even done my first Hello World program. So it's all very new to me. So I was just trying out stuff, and I was trying my hands on C++, Python, and like Django, HTML, all things. After that, as I said, it was a third year college, so I need to shoot for off-campus placements for really good companies. Good companies don't visit our campus, sadly. But for that, we need to develop some competency in certain areas, right? So I had options for web development, Android, and data science. So data science was pretty new at the time, and there was much hype going around at the time. So I just thought, if I'm trying out new, why not just go for the star? So I started data science, and like also along with me there were many friends who started data science, but they kept on switching between web development and the data science because of this thing. Because in data science you don't have that like there are not certain ways to do something. There can be n number of ways, and it's up to your imagination, right? In software engineering, if I say like you need to create some navigation panel, so there are certain frameworks and there are certain libraries you can do that thing. But if I tell you, okay, I want this this smartness in this machine, so there are n number of ways to do that, right? So yeah, and due to that they kept on switching, and there was much drop rate in that. but I started data science. But again, at the time, Andrew Ng course was also on Octave. It's not on Python, so pretty much old course, I would say. So there was not no clear roadmap. So I joined Coding Blocks. That's a coding institute in Delhi. So did a full-fledged 3 months training there. So during it, so actually it's not just that course has something out of the box. It's very normal, decent lectures, decent stuff, nothing very extraordinary. It's just the environment, the colleagues, the discussions that helped me to kept going in the field, right? And just not stuck at some point and leave the things. So yeah, that I would say that it really helped me. And during the course of that program, I had some projects, some really cool projects, which I can show in the interviews for internships. So after third year, I started doing internships. And by the way, I would say that was the most crucial point, internships, because if you're coming from third year, you would know that companies do not generally offer you to interview even. So if you have some experience, then only they will interview.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had done around 4 to 5 internships, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I started my career.
All right. So now I think, Prashant, most of my audience will be waiting for this question, right? Because they know you are working as a data scientist in Microsoft, and there will be aspiring data scientists who are also preparing for these kind of tech companies. So it would be really great if you can share your entire interview experience with Microsoft for this data science role. And if I mean with the interview experience, that means like the kind of interview rounds, and in each round, what kind of things interviewer actually focused. Because this is something which will actually help the audience to understand the typical interview process for a entry level fresher in these tech giants.
Yes. So while I was making that switch, I also did interviews for multiple companies, not just for Microsoft.
Okay.
And there was one thing that is common. There was always one round that will be around your projects, and that will be a very high impact round. And it's just not about what you did. We often listen hear that in data science you like only 20% of the time you will be modeling something. Other 80% of the time you're just data cleaning or doing some software engineering stuff. So yeah, it's not just about what you did. It's about how you did, and why not that alternative, and what would you do if you do today. So those things, how you landed up this project into production, how what is the telemetry thing that's going on there. So it's all about that. And they will know, basically they will know if you are faking it on your resume. So they will know definitely. So this is one round. Another round, most of the like aspiring data scientists worry about is DSA round.
Okay.
So yeah, this I would say it's not up to the level of engineering. Engineering. So if you are going for DSA rounds for engineering, that are pretty much hard. But for data science, it's I would say basic to medium level. It does not have very high impact on the total feedback. If you are okay in your algo round, but if you are very good in data science, it's pretty much good to them. And many companies even don't have that DSA round. And one round is mostly around core data science. So that is again very high impact round. Maybe you know DSA, maybe you know what you did, but if you do not know what is loss function, what is gradient descent, what is the entropy, what is the metric, so yeah, you can't work with us, you can't understand our language. So that's the basic thing. Yeah, so that is also again a very high impact round. And this not so common rounds is case study round. It's generally for experienced people, not for freshers. Like you are given some problem, and you need to think about it. How would you solve it around it? And it's very like whatever comes out on the top of your mind. It's not like there's nothing right or wrong there. It's just they want to see your approach, and if they give some feedback, okay, I think Prashant, this would not work or this will work. Then how are you capturing that feedback and coming like reacting over that feedback? How are you taking that? Or you are very rigid in your approach. Like data science is all about experimentation, so you need to be in coordination with others, right?
Yeah.
So that is one thing. And yeah, take home assignments are there, but that's generally startup do. Not very like high profile companies don't do take home assignments, like as far as I know.
Okay.
Apart from that, speaking specifically on my experience, there was 4 rounds. So first round was on basic core ML, and a bit on my projects. Second round is focused on DSA. There were 2 questions. Need to solve it on 1 hour. And the third round was case study round. Yeah, again that I said. And the fourth round was a hiring manager round. So hiring manager round was all about me. Like what, like have I ever led a team? what all projects I have done, have their like कभी production में गए हैं, like all the stuff. And then yeah, and I would especially recommend to ask talk to a recruiter. Your recruiter will definitely help you in understanding your interview profile. So if there's check out the interview profile on LinkedIn, and if there's some overlapping work of the interviewer with you, like definitely I would really say that go thoroughly on that topic, because definitely that's gonna come. Yeah.
Yeah. So moving on to the next question, Prashant. Like I have received so many queries from aspiring data professionals, like who want to become a good data scientist but don't know the exact path. But obviously, over the internet, there are lots of articles, lots of websites. They have mentioned different things, and that's what where the confusion will arise. So since you have worked on this profile practically, what's your take on that? And like what would you like to communicate to the audience? This is the crisp roadmap for the data science profile.
About roadmap, I would say we should start with basics Python. Not advanced level in Python is not really required, and you should definitely understand like basic maths, especially differentiation. And talking about modeling part, as I already said, like 20% of the time you are modeling and 80% of the time you are playing with the data. So you should know how to play with the data. And so if you're working on a textual data or some image data, like if you're working on image data, so OpenCV is a very good library to play with the data. If you're working on tabular data, so you need to understand how to extract data from databases, how to put them. So you need to understand SQL and like basic MySQL and basic OpenCV. So it depends on what type of data you're going to work with. But obviously no one is sure on the start of their journey that what should they know. So I would really recommend to get basics of SQL, basics of OpenCV for image manipulation, for data manipulation. And if you're working Python, the pandas, obviously pandas NumPy. Once you're done with those basics manipulations, you know how to write CSV, the Excel, how to do some aggregations, operations, and then you should jump to machine learning. Then before machine learning, I would really recommend to go for some basic algorithms, like very simple algorithms like KNN, a distance-based algorithm normals. So you should start studying about KNN, and then like for initial 2-3 algorithms, I would really recommend to even implement them from scratch. So once you implement them from scratch, you will have an understanding, okay, how this is going to perform in like when you're training the model, how this is going to perform when you're testing the model. So I would really recommend to implement like initial 2-3 algorithms just from the scratch, and then you can jump to sklearn package. So scikit-learn package is has a very good documentation. So there you can like they've even categorized the roadmap for you. So you have like in pre-processing there these steps, in data modeling there these steps, in tree-based classifiers there these steps. So you can have a good like basic understanding from there, and they have very abstract implementation also, so you don't need to worry much about it. And once you are done with some algorithm, you think you are now well versed with this algorithm, you should then jump to little detailing of that algorithm, that what all assumptions this algorithm make, what all challenges that this could face.
Okay.
And while you are like then only you should jump to deep learning. Nowadays people would do they just learn basics Python and they just start doing TensorFlow and Keras. So then and after that they're just confused. Okay, how this model is working? What should I do to optimize it? They just don't know anything, and that's why the quit rate is very high.
Yeah.
So many people quit. So you should go step by step, and after that you should learn the gradient descent and all those stuff. Then ANN, then CNN. So this way, Kaggle and Stack Overflow. These two websites are really like became my mentors, I would say. So what happens is like so many, like almost everyone uses Stack Overflow, but just to copy paste the code. Like very few people ask questions here, and fewer than that answers there. So I would really recommend to go and ask freely on Stack Overflow, Data Exchange, all those websites. And follow Kaggle notebooks. So people have their very basic notebooks, like how they thought about this data set, how they implemented it, what all challenges that they faced, what all things that they tried. So yeah, Kaggle, following discussions on Kaggle is also really healthy.
Now, since you talked about the roadmap part, next question would be the like resources as well, right? Because you started your data science journey, you would have followed some really amazing content from the courses or some websites or any competitive platform. So if you have followed such things, then please let our viewers know as well about these resources which you followed in your interview preparation journey and for your data science journey.
So for that, one of the course that's been considered very like favorite also among the aspiring data scientists is Andrew Ng deep learning specialization, not the old one. So there were 5 courses on Python. So it covers like from the very basic to the like medium advanced level. So it's very good. I would really recommend to go through that. And if you want to understand the every nitty gritty detail of an algorithm and that too without having very good foundation in mathematics, then you can go for a channel on YouTube that is StatQuest. So that's a very good channel. You can follow that for any like machine learning algorithm. For deep learning algorithms, I would recommend a course by Andrej Karpathy. That's CS229. That's a course by Stanford course that's on YouTube, freely available. So these are like really hidden gems that are freely available on YouTube. So there are CS224 NLP course. That's also very good. CS231 is also very good. Apart from that, there are like blogs. I would not say that like there's no one for all website where you can find everything. So there are blogs. You can follow certain people that are very like heroes in that field. So I generally follow Andrew Karpathy, Ian Goodfellow. So Ian Goodfellow has a blogging website. So he puts Jay Almar also puts like he explains every NLP concept in very detailing, and like any noob can understand that. So you can follow Jay Almar, you can follow Ian Goodfellow, Andres Karpathy, StatQuest. Satosa is a very good website for understanding image kernels. So these are some good resources that I would say.
The question is DSA coding really important for the data science guys, right? I mean, what's the meaning of knowing typical tree graph related question and solving them in the interview process? So if like you have any opinion about this, please let our viewers know as well. If it is important, then till what extent it is important and what all things they need to cover in it.
Okay, so first of all, like yeah, that's a really nightmare for all aspiring data scientists, I would say.
Yeah.
But it's a 50-50, I would say, to face a proper data structure round for data science roles. And even if you would, it will as I told that it will be normally like low to medium level, mostly around arrays, strings, and might involve some DP problems, but definitely they're not going to involve some complex data structures like trees, heaps, and some red black tree. No, nothing fancy going on there. It's generally for engineering roles. One thing that they are like mainly worried about is what language should I pick. The students are So language, I think it's not a barrier nowadays. You can code in anyone. If you want to code in Python, that's also very overlapping with your data science skills. So you can code in that, no worries. You don't need to have like Excel in C++ or Java. So even in my current role, my current role involves a language that I've never touched upon. So that's so they generally don't care. The hiring managers generally don't care if you're good in your basics, you're good in problem solving. Yeah, that's pretty much for that language. You can learn, no problem. Like few campus placements generally have this bad practice to restrict to some language, but off campus you will not see these type of things. And but yeah, definitely you should be like well versed with your basic fundamentals like OOPS, memory management, and OS, how OS layers works.
Okay.
So those things you should definitely know. And how one thing that they ask, how often do you encounter using such type of thing in your role, right?
Yeah.
So I would say it's not that much common, but yeah, having a good understanding will obviously help you in some optimizations somehow. But yeah, you can learn that on ad hoc basis. If like recently I just followed need to understand the working of sliding window, so I had to implement a sliding window on myself. So I did that. Not a big deal. If I face the problem, I will go through it and I will run that. No issues. Also, these rounds are generally very like medium impact. If you're performing okay in these rounds and very good on data science rounds, then you are selected.
Yeah.
So it's not a decision maker.
Moving on to the next question, Prashant, based on your interview experiences in the beginning, even you said, right, you interviewed with different product based companies as well, not just Microsoft. So, what would you recommend to job seekers who are looking for data science jobs, and what should be their preparation strategy, and what all things they need to prepare as well? Right, because getting the opportunity is one thing and cracking the interviews is one thing, and they're not sure, and people most of the time they are worried that we are not getting good opportunities, right, where we are lacking, what we actually need to improve.
So to stand out your profile, like for me it was Kaggle, maybe, I'm not sure. I haven't asked the recruiter. So recruiter obviously reached me in my case. I had a bronze medal on Kaggle. Maybe that was a like shiner on my resume. So but you don't definitely like really need a shiner. If you are working on a very good projects, then you should one thing you should keep in mind, you should apply on some companies that have, like, companies also think that what are you bringing on the table, right? So if you have done something really great, then you should apply on, like, to the companies with a similar roles or with a similar project, so that like in that sense they will value you, they will value your skills, your experience. So yeah, that's one thing. And yeah, like many times you don't have a shiner, it's just you keep on applying, and it's all like it goes with the flow.
What are some myths about data science, and if these kind of myths exist, how would you actually break it?
First of all, I just want to say, stop running behind data science just because it's sexiest job of the century. It's no more than like that. If you're really interested, then only go for it, because job hunting is serious issue here. You would like if you go on LinkedIn, you would like see the frequencies. You will notice in the like frequency में ही समझ में आ जाएगा वो. The frequency of SD roles and frequency of data science roles, and also since it's all a like black box thing, right? You can't just say ki, why it is not improving, why the accuracy is not improving it from 80 to 85. It should be done by 1 week. It could take 1 week. It could take 1 month. So the reliability factor also comes there. So that's why in particular data science roles, they look ki if the person is coming from a good college, or having some good tag, or has some shiner on his resume. So yeah, that's the thing. But yeah, that is one thing. It's not the sexiest job of the century. Also in the pay scale, it's generally same with the engineering role, and the data science roles are now generally same. Like they are not getting overly paid now.
Yeah. This was one of the myths. Like, oh my god, data science are getting in crores something.
And also earlier it all sounds like magic going on. But like with so much libraries like evolving in coming like day by day, so it's just a piece of cake to build any demo, any like gesture recognition, or any Jarvis type of thing. So it's not just a piece of cake, but to generate revenue out of it, that's really a different complete story. So to generate revenue out of it, you need to understand the model size, how to reduce it, how to optimize it, how to perform, like how to reason behind the model failures. So those all things also matter. So yeah, one thing is that. Another thing is like there are multiple roles in data science now. There's data scientist, there is research scientist, there's applied scientist. So if you're going for a research scientist role, it's more like it requires more of a master degree. But for applied scientist, it's not that much of necessity. So people generally think, I don't have masters, like companies will not hire me. It's not like that. You could go for applied scientist, or you could have a mid role, data and applied scientist that I had. So I also don't have any masters. I don't have any fancy tag on my resume, but I landed up there. So yeah, it's you can, if I can do it, you can do it.
Since Prashant, we talked about the pay scale, I will end up this podcast with one last final question. That is,
okay,
based on your experience, or based on the current industry standards, what's the salary band for data scientists nowadays? So I won't be asking for like typical experienced people. Just think somebody is 1 year to 4 years of experience. What you have seen in the industry? What's the bracket?
Okay, so so for a fresher, it's generally like if you're working on a like normal startup, it's only 5 to 10 lakhs, and for a good startup, or it can go up till like 10 to 15, and for some fang level companies, it can range up to 25. But if you have like 2 or 3 years of experience, so 2-3 years of experience can like in fang, it can go in fang, or some cool startups like in Cred, in ShareChat, Myntra. So these startups can pay you up till 32.
Okay.
So for 2-3 years of experience, and if you're coming like going to a very normal company, like if you have like more than 1 year of experience, so earning 10 plus is a norm there now.
So that's what, guys, we had for you in this data science podcast. I hope whatever experience Prashant has shared with you related to the data science, the myths, entire interview experience of Microsoft, this will definitely help you a lot, I'm pretty sure. And if you want to help the aspiring data scientist as well, you can just like this video so that this can reach to maximum number of people. And again, Prashant, from my side, a big thanks to you for taking out your time in the weekends and sharing this wonderful knowledge to the audience. Really,
Yeah,
really big
definitely.
thanks.
And you are really doing a good job in like getting the content for the community. So that's a really good job there.
So that's what I had for you guys in this video. I hope you would have enjoyed this entire conversation with Prashant regarding the data science interview at Microsoft and whatever really inspiring journey he has shared with us. If you liked it, if you enjoyed it, make sure to give a thumbs up to this video so that this podcast can reach to maximum number of people. And again, you can share your opinion, your thoughts related to aspiring data science podcast videos in the comment section. And if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe and press the notification icon. And I will see you guys in the next weekend with another amazing podcast. Till then, just stay safe, stay home, take care of yourself and your family too.